All right, guys, it's time for the new best units in Anime Last Stand. Let's get it popping with the official tier list. But before we do, remember, we are on the road to 1 million subscribers. And actually, we made a ton of progress, guys. So if you want to join the giveaway, just like and subscribe. We're going to be giving away 1 million Robux. And let's go update our progress. We were at 908,000 subs. And wow, we're at 909,000 already. That puts us well on our pace to make our goal of 1 million subscribers before the end of the year. We are 90.9% there. Let's go. All right, let's hop into the tier list. All right, let's start off the tier list with our boy Black Frieza. Now, the nice thing about him is he only costs 800 to place, meaning he is somewhat usable in progressive modes if you start off with Yojin. So that's actually very, very nice. So here we go, guys. 400,000 damage at basically max level with Overlord. That is some really decent starting stats. All right, let's keep upgrading him a little bit. You can see his stats do actually go up pretty good. Now his passive is actually pretty decent as well. You're basically always, you can see, getting a freaking 20 to 30% damage boost based off of 10 years of training. So that's very, very nice. All right. I have to get some money though, but yeah, let's go upgrade him the rest of the way now. All right, here we go. Let's get it. Bang. 10 million, 14 million, 20 frick, man. Dang. 18, 25. All right, and then Marine's gonna max out. Now I'm gonna be honest, guys. His max out stats aren't too crazy. If we go zoom on in here real quick, yeah, those max out stats again with no skill tree isn't too insane. So I'm gonna have to dock him a little bit for that. So I'm gonna be honest, he doesn't really seem like much of an infinite mode unit. He does have Planet Crusher, which I believe is a nuke. Yeah. All right, it's just a nuke, it seems. All right, and it's a very fast nuke as well. Look at that. Okay, yeah, so it's a very fast nuke, which is pretty useful. So overall, I'd say for infinite mode, he's honestly, like, compared to other dark units like Sukuna, Ichigo, etc., he's pretty low on the list. I'd probably put him dang near down at the bottom. However, I will say the thing that makes him special though is, wait 1 second. Oh my gosh, I have to copy it again. All right, I can just move it around. I forgot. For dark on elemental tier list, he's honestly not that bad. I'd probably still put him near the bottom though. Again, I just feel like there's better bets than him. But for progressives, he's really good. I'm gonna be honest, yeah, honestly, he's really, really good. I'd probably put him up there, dang near up with Benimaru, guys. All right. And he's also ground. Is he hybrid off rip? Let's check. Is he hybrid off rip? And the answer to that question is yes, he's hybrid off rip. So he's like a freaking better Benimaru. So that's really, really goated right there. All right, let's go hop on into the next unit. So the next unit we got is going to be our boy Whis and Beerus. Now I'm going to do these two together. They are different elements, so which kind of makes them annoying. However, they do have this weird synergy. So let me make sure we're not going to die in the back. All right, that should have us good for a while. So they have this weird synergy where you basically have to have both down on the map at the same time. Now, I'm going to be honest, that kind of affects their valueness in progressive modes. So I don't even know if I can really rank them for progressive modes. But you can see once you put them together, they actually get pretty good. So if you upgrade them all the way to max, 8.9 million damage. Again, he has no passive on him, so it is what it is. We'll get a passive on him relatively soon. Same with Wii. So with no passive, they're actually half decent units. However, you have to use both of them together. So in my mind, that kind of puts them more on the infinite mode tier list. Again, though, their damage isn't that crazy, and they're just kind of a lot of competition. Where did my freaking guy go? Oh my gosh. All right, copy that. And there we go. So yeah, unfortunately, I think he's just gonna be kind of low on the list. He is only a celestial, so I'm not really surprised. A lot of these are ultimates, so he's definitely lower on that list there. For elemental, again, he is decent, but I'm gonna put him even lower on the list. All right, unfortunately, he's still good though. It's just, you know, not crazy. And honestly, for story raids and portals, I can't even put them on the list, so he's gonna not be there. All right, and Whis is kind of the same deal. I just showed you his stats. Again, I can't really put him on this list, so I'm gonna put him over here. He's just not good for that. Infinite mode for light, there's a little bit less competition in light, so I'm gonna put him right about there. And I will say a lot of these Gokus got nerfed, so Goku isn't that good as good anymore, but he's still good. All right, let's go move on to our next unit, and that is going to be our boy Toppo. All right, now Toppo, look at those starting stats, guys. Unfortunately though, 2.5 thousand, I can't really put him on the progressive mode leaderboard list. So however, whenever you max him out, he's going to be really, really good. And he has this really awesome ability, guys, 120% more damage to bosses. And look at that damage, guys. His damage is absolutely insane. However, the caveat is, look at that right there, 11.7 SPA. That is really bad. And I believe this is also another nuke. Oh yeah, it looks like another nuke to me. So yeah, unfortunately that is the case. He does also have a little bit of a passive on him as well, which kind of makes him a decent support unit. So that is going to, you know, kind of raise him up in the list a little bit. So I definitely think he's not that bad. I'm going to put him up there with like probably up there above Gecko. He's pretty solid. Unfortunately though, for story raids and portals, I can't really recommend him. I mean, for late game, yes, but early game, no. So I'm going to have to leave him off the list. Infinite mode, we already talked about that. And elemental, he's actually pretty dang decent. So I'm going to put him above. I'm going to put him right here above Frieza. I think he has that much more DPS. And honestly, boss DPS is really good in this game. So I'm going to give him a little bit of credit there. I think he's the better out of those. All right, next, let's go move on to Broly. Now, Broly gets absolutely insane. He has no skill tree on him, but once you max out a skill tree, it gets absolutely dumb wild. Now, I will say he's actually decent at the start. Look at that, guys. 1 million hybrid. So low key, if you have a nature team, I can definitely see, and he is, oh my gosh, I can definitely see him being very good for macros and whatnot. Or if you're just trying to do like crystal caverns. So I'm going to give him a lot of credit for that. I will say his damage also does get 5% better every wave. So it starts at 29 million, but it actually goes insane. So I'm going to be honest, he's actually pretty decent. So Broly LSSJ for nature units, I think he right now is dang near one of the best nature units in the game. He's up there with Zamasu, and in fact, he might actually be the best nature unit in the game. Because again, you can kind of start off with him. He's basically a better Ulquiorra. So I'm gonna copy that over there. All right, and honestly, for nature, I'm gonna be honest, he's up there, man. I really like him for nature. I'm gonna put him right there with Kin. Kin might be better because of his weird passive. Actually, no, I'm gonna put him right there with Zamasu. Zamasu's obviously better, but. And then for this, honestly, guys, he's really good for early game as well. I'm gonna put him up there with yeah, up there. I think he's like the best nature starter right now if you do it right. Really, really good. All right, next up, we have some units that I don't have equipped right now. So we're gonna go over them as well. So here we go. Let's start off with our boy oh my gosh, our boy Jiren. This guy is an absolute beast. He is the new macro king. I actually made a macro, guys, to clap this with just him. Just him, guys. That's all you need. Obviously, you can put a godly in your first slot if you want to, but just him. He absolutely slaps. Absolutely slaps, guys. I'm gonna be honest. Freaking, I'm gonna put him up. He's fire. That's his only problem. He's fire, so he's only really good against nature ones. Everything else he's kind of mid. But 500 placement, full AoE, hybrid. This guy's an absolute story mode beast. Especially for macroing. So I'll put that on this thing as well. And macros. Absolute beast. Infinite mode though, I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know if I'm gonna put him on the list. Infinite mode, yeah, I don't know, man. At the bottom, he's not popping on infinite mode. I ain't gonna cap. Wait, Broly, I need to put on infinite mode. Already did. All right, we'll do that. What's that like, dude? All right, next up we have Vegeta UI. Now I have a show. Vegeta Ultra Ego UE. He's actually okay. 1K placement, Infinite mode stats though, they're okay. I'll put him up there. I think he's better than Beerus. I'm gonna give Black Frieza the edge though. He's an ultimate. So I'm gonna say this is probably about right. For elemental lists, I don't know why he got moved. All right, Topo for elemental list. Not Topo, Jiren for elemental list, up there. Way up there. Honestly, freaking right there with freaking that guy. UE though, again, there's just so many dark units in the game. I don't know where I can really put him. I'll put him like right about. I just don't really see him being used that much, so unfortunately he's kind of there. His passive is okay, but it's hard to use. All right, next up we have the most important unit, guys. Goku Mastered Instinct. Now I actually talked to my friend. He freaking max leveled this Joker. So I want to give a big shout to OG spamming. Here we go, guys. First image is starting stats with no skill tree. Second image is when it gets to first ability, and then final is its final stats. So look at this, guys. Starting stats with glitched. 1 million for 1.5. Now I'm gonna be honest. All right, unfortunately 1.5 million puts him not very high on the macro list. I don't think I can rank these two. However, I will on the raids list. I will say though, for later waves he is going to be very good for story, portals, and caverns. He's just not really an early game unit. All right, so that is a little bit unfortunate, but honestly those stats are actually pretty decent. So I will take it for sure. All right, next up we have mid upgrade. So this is upgrade 10. So this is before he gets super expensive. 90 million for 6 and an ability that is really good as well. I'll show you guys what the ability does in a second. And then max stats. Look at this, guys. 200 million for 6 SPA is absolutely busted with a 100 billion nuke. Holy jeez, bro. Jeez. 100 billion nuke is the best in the freaking game. Gee whiz, bro. Best light unit by far. Just kidding. He's water. Best water unit by far. It's not even close. It's not even close. Top 10 DPS, bro. Yes, please. Yeah, I think he might be the top DPS right there. He's up there, man. His AoE isn't as good. But overall, bro, I'm putting him at the top, guys. I'm not going to cap. Like, that nuke is absolutely freaking insane. 100 billion nuke. Jeez. And if you guys, wait, that's not all, guys. That is not all. Look at this right here in the game news. This is what he does. For those of you finding the new Godly a bit underwhelming, I wouldn't worry. All right. His passive Divine Mastery will slow units by 65%. So he's basically freaking Gojo and makes them take more damage. He's like better Gojo. Jeez. His first ability makes units take 25% more damage permanently. Holy cow, man. And nuke is 100 billion damage to all units? Bro, what? And his godly skill is actually pretty solid? Dude, what? Bro, what the frick? This guy's absolutely broken. So yeah, there's the new tier list, guys. Get UI Goku ASAP, man. I'm on the grind right now. Let's get it.